Culturally, we are told that hard work pays off. However, we are left striving as a fish strives on dry land. This is not a cultural phenomenon typical only for Western countries such as US. It is even more predominant in the Eastern countries such as Japan or China. However, the concept of hard work defined as it is lacks nuance. The concept of hard work predates modern times, going back to the industrial era. The amount of work put in was equal with productivity. High productivity meant long working hours. However, the work that a white collar does today is a mix between creativity and productivity. While productivity is directly proportional with the hours put in, creativity is not. Moreover, productivity is subject to the same bell curve as any activity. Passing a certain amount of quantity will lead to poor quality of work. Therefore, the question arising from debunking the myth of hard work is: how can we strive less for better results? If you like this video, teach the algorithm lesson and leave a thumbs up. Biologically, our brain moves between two modes of thinking. The first one is the flow state or the focused mode. This is what we perceive as the essay going right with words pouring from our hand. The brain uses somewhere between 30 to 50 minutes of focused attention. After a period of focused attention, our brain will enter in the diffuse mode network thinking. This is a diffuse type of thinking that allows regeneration of the focus reserves while coming up with lateral ideas. Nowadays, one can schedule a Pomodoro session. This Pomodoro session is widely known as an engagement with focused mode. It is built around the switch between focus mode and diffuse mode network. Especially the 20 to 30 minutes breaks serve to regenerate focus by engaging with diffuse mode network thinking. In contrast, the 25 minutes short bursts of work are the bursts of focused mode. The major takeaway is that you want to schedule a set amount of Pomodoro sessions per day and low cognitive tasks for the diffuse mode network pauses. However, the natural limitation of this switch between focus and diffuse mode network is that with time lapsing throughout the day, the number of errors increases. For instance, in the morning you will be less prone to make errors than in the evening. The takeaway is that you want to schedule error-prone activities such as tests in the first part of your day. On the other hand, you can schedule creative endeavors such as writing during the second part of the day, as they are not dependent on errors. The last component of striving less for more is represented by rigorousness. As Steven Pressfield identifies in Turning Pro, athletes succeed due to their rigorous training. This training has three characteristics. Firstly, it is a deliberate practice. This means that throughout the week, they have a certain amount of time dedicated to practice the skill they want to improve. This concept was introduced by Dr. Erickson with his 10,000 hours theory. For instance, we can take learning piano. For a beginner, the rigorousness may come from being consistent throughout the week. For a professional, rigorousness comes from tweaking his method each time he plays the piano or learning a new song every day. The second component is represented by accurate feedback. Coaches are a well-known source of feedback, especially in the athletic performance field. However, it is not mandatory to have a person who gives you feedback. Let's take, for example, programmers who use their consoles to have the feedback on their code. Another example is represented by journalists who receive feedback by the newspaper declining or accepting their article. A caveat is that when you receive feedback from a person, take it with a grain of salt. Focus on 3 main points that the coach tells you. Do not believe that everything he says is true, as we all have our own biases and therefore his view is tainted by his previous experience. The last component of rigorousness is testing yourself to the limits. This means that one accepts his limitations and always strives at the border between comfortable and uncomfortable. However, burnout may occur. Therefore, a weekly and a monthly quota will help prevent burnout. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel.